So, if you want to just go ahead and introduce yourself, I mean, I met you at WonderCon, so
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's
Good to see you
interview you.
too.
So,
Yeah. All right, I'm Chris Cooper. I'm with Legion M, Legion M executive for other projects that we've done, but this is my first role as a producer. So I'm producer on Defiant, the story of Robert Smalls.
that's awesome. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I think this is a very important story to tell. I mean, I remember seeing this tiny little meme that popped up out of nowhere, and then it kind of disappeared, and then you guys have started bringing this to life. So, why don't you go ahead and just kind of explain why this specific story about Robert Smalls is just so important?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. So you've been around a minute if you know how this story came to us through the meme in our community, and I feel like the initial response from our community has always been, why aren't we making this film? I mean, these are the comments that we get on social. This is what at events like this. When is the film? And so we could have probably made a smaller budget film, like 5 million, $10 million, like an independent film. But the story is so huge and just important that we knew like this is going to be a big story, a big film, a big project for Legion M. So we've taken our time to kind of get it to the point where it can be packaged to be a huge Hollywood, blockbuster film on the big screen. So yeah, so I think that it's been a 4-year journey. So and there's probably going to be a couple more years.
Right. And I mean, I think that it's okay to wait because you really want to make sure that you have everything aligned the way it should be.
Yeah.
Because again, this is a very important story. We need more diversity in our movies and, learning about history. So, and especially this story, I mean, there's just so much about it. He's a superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
real
just,
life superhero.
yeah. And without giving too much away, like, can you just give like maybe the beginning of his backstory of maybe the ship just a little bit?
Yeah. So Robert Smalls was an enslaved person. He grew up on a plantation where it's rumored that his mother had a relationship with the master, and so Robert Smalls ended up with certain, I wouldn't say preferential treatment because he was a slave, but he was exposed to more. So he got to see, children playing. He got to play catch, with other kids. Like he basically was a slave. He was a slave, enslaved person, but he was exposed to things that made him start to question the idea of enslavement at a young age. And so the story is that one night, when he was a young man, he decided enough was enough, and years of planning, he executed his plan, which is he hijacked his master's ship, and it was happened to be an ammunition ship working for the South during the Civil War, and he hijacked it, and he made it up north. He fought off the whole Southern Navy and made it up north, and became the most famous person in America for a period of time. And Lincoln made him one of the first officers, African American officers in the military. And he gets back on the ship, and he goes back down, and he fights the Civil War and helps win. So his story is incredible. He did so many things after that. He ran for Congress. He won multiple times. He started the public school system. That was one of his first bills. Was he said, at the time, if you had a tutor, then you could learn, right? And that went across all races. I mean, the master's home was where they would bring in tutors and kids would learn. And so he thought every child needed to have an education. So that was his bill. It started public schools, and it was adopted nationwide. So, I mean, these are just a few of the things that he
Right.
did. Incredible human. And I'm honored to be part of telling his story.
Well, and we're really glad that you are telling the story because, again, I think that it's a very important story to tell. Now, obviously, we have the graphic novel. We're working on the movie. Are there other ways that you would like to get the story out? Because obviously things have changed from even when I was a child,
Yeah.
like books don't really, I mean, books are still read, but, I play a lot of video games and things
Yeah.
like that. Like, are there anything, other ways that you would like to get the story out?
I mean, I think all of those things are great. I mean, everything, most movies that even coming out now, like have a video game or were a video game. So I think that we would love to see that level of penetration in the market for, for his story. I think that what we're doing is we're being very careful to focus 100% on the thing in front of us. So the graphic novel, for instance, we hired or we're working with one of the best art houses of Stranger Comics that we could find. Like the people that came onto that project, Nicholas Draper Ivey, he was Black Panther artist. He did Kendrick Lamar's album cover, Static Shock, like Ray Anthony Height, Sean Damian Hill. Like we're bringing in Marvel, Disney, like we're bringing in people who know what we're trying to aim for, and that's how we're treating it. So it takes more time, takes more resources, and so now that the graphic novel's out, we've sold through our first print of the graphic novel. We have a second shipment that's literally showed up yesterday at Long Beach, and
is that already sold out too?
No, that one's going to be available next week.
Okay,
but the current one is sold out. Yeah, and so that shows that was the right move, right? And so now we've been talking. We get calls and meetings with actors, your favorite actors and actresses, and directors, and we're negotiating with a director now. So that's always the first step. Like there's an actor I love, who wants to play Robert Smalls. Like absolutely love. I just finished watching his series. I binged watched his series, and I can't even tell you, because it'll give it away.
Yeah.
But it's a series that's out now, and I asked him the question. I was like, "What made you want to like?" He was like, "Well, once I heard the story, I was like, I have to be a part of it." He said, I'd never heard this story before. He goes, I'm at the point in my career where I feel like this is the type of story that I want to add to the things that I'm a part of. And we've had that like 5 or 6 times already from A-list celebrities, especially people that want to play Robert. So we already know that if we get past this next step with the director, the film will be made. We know that. It's just the director process is very slow, a lot of back and forth.
Right.
You've been around Hollywood, so no one responds the same week.
No.
Right? It's like a weird thing.
Or the same year sometimes.
Really? You're like, you give everyone a week, they give you a week. And
exactly.
Next thing you know, it's Christmas, and then Hollywood shuts down, and then it's, yeah, so that's what we're doing. And there's been a lot
going on just in general, SAG, the world is just chaotic too, so it's like, you know what, we'll just, and that's, it makes sense though.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on the primary focus. Yep. Don't spread it too thin because then things could get lost.
Right.
So
right.
I understand that. Yeah. I think we're just like, we just want the story to be out
in
however way we can.
Just as bad, if not more.
I'm sure.
You know how it is with producing. I mean, you don't get paid to produce, right? I mean, you get paid when you produce something,
right?
And it produces revenue. Yeah. And I think that's kind of the thing, is that we're also passionate about it. That sometimes we remember, oh yeah, at the end of this might actually be something that it's going to help Legion in, and it's going to help the community. But really, we're so caught up in the fact that it's going to help the world if we get this story out right, that it's just a nice thing that we're actually going to get paid for doing it.
Yeah.
Nobody's involved in it for that reason, and I think that that's been like the beautiful thing. I mean, how else would we get a writer, like Rob Edwards, who just wrote Captain America, because he's attached to it because it's like a spiritual thing,
I love it.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for doing this and sharing the story. And I just can't wait. I'm going to get the graphic novel because I still haven't read it yet. I know the story because I've talked to you guys so much about it, but
it's right there.
It's so beautiful. Like, I've seen pieces of it. I'm just like, everybody needs a copy. So thank you so much for sharing this.
Absolutely.
And good luck.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you.